Today I'm doing a bit of a weirder video, but I thought today I would rank the colors of Cedar Point. Obviously every roller coaster has a color, and I wanted to know which color at Cedar Point is the best overall. Now, some colors that aren't at Cedar Point are black, purple, yellow, and pink, and the criteria is the color of the track, not supported, so you'll see that a couple times later in the video, but all other major colors will be ranked, but let's hop right into it. Sadly, last place in the park has to go to the color brown. There just isn't a lot when it comes to the color brown in this park, since they only have one major coaster and the rest are family coasters. Gemini is the only decent ride overall, being that it has some good airtime pops, and for a 50-year-old coaster made by Aerodynamics, the smoothness is solid overall. But it is one of the more forgettable rides at Cedar Point, and the next to be removed if needed to. But after that, it just isn't that great overall. Woodstock Express is just a solid kids coaster. It's just for like little kids, like 10 and under, that type of age. And the other one being Cedar Creek Mine Ride. The ride might be beautiful over the water, but it's just janky and the worst family coaster at the park. Overall, brown just isn't that great of a color for coasters here. Next up is the color green. There's only one ride of the color green at Cedar Point, and it's Raptor, but I decided to put it over the color brown. Yes, brown has more coasters, having 3 over 1, but Raptor is just so good, and I think Raptor itself is better than those 3 combined. Raptor is an intensity machine with inversions that are incredibly whippy, and is tied for the most inversions at the park. The zero-G roll is super whippy and good, the loop is intense, the Cobra roll is whippy again, and the back-to-back corkscrews are once again very, very whippy. Then the double helix at the end is the most intense moment at Cedar Point and is a bang to end the ride on. I think green is a overall really good color, and I think Cedar Point's next coaster should be green, since I don't think there are many green coasters out there. Another color with only one roller coaster, and that being the color white. Again, white doesn't have the quantity, but it has the quality, being that Top Thrill 2 is debatably a top 3 coaster at this park. That is the main reason why I decided to put it over green, being that Top Thrill 2 is better than Raptor, and it is better than the 3 combined in the color brown. Top Thrill 2 is an amazing ride with many super weird elements in this coaster lineup. Obviously, the swing launch, only one in the park, and that spike is huge. Then you have the top hat, which is 420 feet in the sky. You can see everything from up there, and you just get whipped out of your seat on the drop down. Speaking of that drop on the way down, that twist halfway down is nuts. It's so quick. It's one of the best coaster moments at the park, in my opinion. Surprised there aren't more white colored coasters at Cedar Point, to be honest. It's just such a basic color. The third place finisher is the color orange. The color is overall a solid one with many different types of rides across the entire park. You have the bigger rides with Val Raven that has some amazing drops, and Rougarou, which personally I don't like a lot, but has some good inversions and has the interesting twister section for a floorless coaster. Then don't forget the smaller rides at the park like Wild Mouse, which is orange since its track is orange, and is the best family coaster at the park. This color beats out white and green personally because, yeah, Top Thrill 2 and Raptor might be better than Val Raven, but I think Rougarou and Wild Mouse are just too much for those to overcome. Maybe not a top coaster in the park like Top Thrill 2, but just some solid coasters overall, some good loopers, and a good family coaster. The runner-up is the color blue. Man, blue is a really good color, and in almost any other park, this selection would feed families. It's just so good top to bottom all over the place. You have debatably a top 3 coaster in the park with Millennium Force, the Giga, which just has some huge elements, and the speed is like nothing else. Then you have Gatekeeper, a super underrated looper with many quality elements of hang time with the wing over drop and zero-G rolls. Then you have Blue Streak, which is rough, but has some good airtime pops, and if was retracked and smoothed out, I think it could be a racer type of wooden roller coaster. The last ride is Corkscrew, which isn't that great, and it's just a good spectacle off ride and better off than on. The color blue is really good, but just couldn't beat out the #1 spot, which is insanely good. Red takes the first spot and is the best color at Cedar Point. It's actually insane not only how many rides at Cedar Point are the color red, but how good those coasters are. First, we have to talk about Steel Vengeance, the greatest coaster I've been on, and for many people is the #1 coaster that they have ever ridden. Then you have the Intimate Maverick right next door, which is also a top 5 coaster that I've ridden, and 2 red coasters back to back and in the back of the park, crazy work. Then you have the OG Hyper and Magnum, which I know a lot of people love dearly and has some amazing airtime hills that are full of airtime. Then you have the new for 2025 Siren's Curse, which has an amazing drop, tons of good airtime moments and inversions. Not only are there good thrill rides, but you also have a good family coaster in Iron Dragon, which is a nice suspended coaster model, which is very rare nowadays. Elite color overall, and I think that no matter what, Cedar Point, your next coaster has to not be red. There are just too many red coasters in this park. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the shorter video, but I have a couple more cooking up that'll come out in the next day or two. And then tell me if you like this style of video. I thought it was pretty unique, but make sure to subscribe, vote on my community tab, and remember to have a good day, of course.